The fighter he once was, and a right hand, ladies.
Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand.
You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets in the ring with Usyk like that. He gets in with a Fury like that. Everyone knows. He knocks out Tyson Fury.
Legendary.
Now, the former world boxing champion Anthony Joshua has announced his next fight against the social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a sanctioned heavyweight bout next month.
That's a bad idea.
Jake Paul's mad.
He can fight, man.
Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua?
That's bad.
The fighter he once was, and a right hand, ladies.
Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand.
You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets in the ring with Usyk like that. He gets in with a Fury like that. Everyone knows. He knocks out Tyson Fury.
Legendary.
Now, the former world boxing champion Anthony Joshua has announced his next fight against the social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a sanctioned heavyweight bout next month.
That's a bad idea.
Jake Paul's mad.
He can fight, man. Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua? Man?
That's bad.
The fighter he once was, and a right hand, ladies.
Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand.
You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets in the ring with Usyk like that. He gets in with a Fury like that. Everyone knows. He knocks out Tyson Fury.
Legendary.
Now, the former world boxing champion Anthony Joshua has announced his next fight against the social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a sanctioned heavyweight bout next month.
That's a bad idea.
Jake Paul's mad.
He can fight, man. Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua? Man?
That's bad.
The fighter he once was, and a right hand, ladies.
Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand.
You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets in the ring with Usyk like that. He gets in with a Fury like that.
And the former world boxing champion Anthony Joshua has announced his next fight against the social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a sanctioned heavyweight bout next month.
That's a bad idea.
Jake Paul's mad.
He can fight, man. Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua? Man? That's bad.
The fighter he once was, and a right hand.
Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand.
You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets in the ring with Usyk like that. He gets in with a Fury like that. Everyone knows. He knocks out Tyson Fury.
Legendary.
And the former world boxing champion Anthony Joshua has announced his next fight against the social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a sanctioned heavyweight bout next month.
That's a bad idea.
Jake Paul's mad.
He can fight, man. Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua? Man? That's bad.
The fighter he once was, and a right hand.
Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand.
You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets in the ring with Usyk like that. He gets in with a Fury like that. Everyone knows. He knocks out Tyson Fury.
Legendary.
Now, the former world boxing champion Anthony Joshua has announced his next fight against the social media star turned boxer Jake Paul in a sanctioned heavyweight bout next month.
That's a bad idea.
Jake Paul's mad.
He can fight, man. Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua, man?
That's bad.
The fighter he once was, and a right hand, ladies.
Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand.
You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets in the ring with Usyk like that. He gets in with a Fury like that. Everyone knows. He knocks out Tyson Fury.
Legendary.
defending against another Canadian, Leila Baudin. Two Canadians have a chance to become champions tonight.
Johnson really putting on the heat here. She really put the pressure on. She's steamrolling forward.
Good body shot on the inside there from Gale. She's got a great build, a great stature. She's strong in her base and has a background in mixed martial arts. So she's been in the fight game like 20 years.
Yeah, 31% of Gale's landed punches are body shots.
Yes.
So look to her making an investment early and often. 27% for the champion Johnson. And man, Johnson and Gale throwing a lot of punches here in round one with 20 seconds left. The champion actually trailing the challenger right now in terms of total punches connected.
Yeah, and already some blood, right?
Yes.
Wow, that was no
So
stranger.
the challenger draws first blood.
No stranger to blood.
Literally.
For sure, Nika Johnson.
All right, sit down, sit down. Big breath, there we go. Let's get some wind in. All right, you good? Take the mouthpiece out. Let's stay on that stick, all right? We gotta double it up. Let's bring this right hand behind it. All right, she's already trying to diffuse it. Stay on the system. All right, very important right now to stay on that system. Okay? Hit that body.
Well, no stranger to cuts and blood, but unfortunately for the champ, she suffers an early cut here by this headbutt. Great job by the team finding that. A clash of heads, that little nick underneath the left eye, not as gruesome as that cut that she suffered against Ramadan, that gash above.
And you see
yes,
Cutman
that's the
Russ
man you want.
Amber. I want to give a shout out to another fellow Canadian. Russ Amber will be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2026. Well deserved. He's done it all, including doing a lot of commentary work in the native Canada. So congratulations to Russ Amber and the entire class of 2026. But here we go with round number 2, and they immediately start going at it once again, toe-to-toe, champion and challenger. And I think this behooves the challenger more than the champion, this slugfest.
I would have to agree. And also now a cut opened up on the challenger. Wow.
Oh, they're leading. She's leading with her head. She has to be careful. Body shot. There's a double jab by Gale. Gale trying to establish her jab, but the champion coming in, and there's a lot of clinching here, and referee Sparkle Lee separating them. Just a minute now left in round 2.
Yeah, what a shame for these two skilled fighters to have to now do both battle cuts from the very beginning of a unified, or excuse me, undisputed championship fight.
Very frustrating, but both in the same situation.
Evens the playing field a little bit.
Yeah,
another definition for the sport of boxing is adversity.
It is.
And how you overcome it. And I know it's cliche, David, but it's about what you become as a human being as much as a professional fighter, the character that you develop, the tests that you have to overcome.
The lessons you learn in the fight game is second to none.
Left uppercut lands for the challenger. Gale. So already a bloody affair, as you mentioned, Christina, very early in this contest, both dealing with adversity and both dealing with each other coming at it. And man, it's again just a slugfest as we've seen throughout our night here with the female fights.
Heads continually coming very close to clashing.
Sorry, Jesse. Amanda, how you feeling? Breathe. You're good. Listen to me.
You get a cut and you get a cut, and here's how it happened. Almost the same way as Shanika Johnson's cut. That clash of heads once again opens up the cut over Valle's left eyebrow. But that happens, I feel like, too, because you're going to see Gaye ends up kind of square a few times. She's not always on an angle, so it's very easy for those heads to come together. And these are two orthodox fighters, but sometimes she gets kind of caught in the middle, and that's where their heads have come together.
I've seen them clash heads about 3 or 4 times so far.
Vito Brandaccio, the trainer of Amanda Gale, and I don't think Oprah ever gave away cuts to everyone, but you're right.
It's
you
Christmas
get a cut,
time.
she gets a cut, yes. And red is the color of Christmas. And Rudolph and all of that stuff. As a minute 45. Smothering any attempt at offense and getting picked off by the challenger.
She is at times she is catching shots unnecessarily. I think she needs to start with some body assaults. You know, going to the head, and the heads are coming very, very dangerously close.
And referee calling for the doctor.
How you feeling, okay? No problem at all. Just keep protect that side, okay? We got you. All right. Sign in. Let's go.
A bit of advice from the doctor there. I've never seen that before in all the years I've watched boxing. A doctor telling a fighter what to do to.
Slight advantage for Johnson in terms of total punches landed, but look at the amount of they're throwing. They're dead even, and I mean it really is that kind of fight. And both of them landing punches again, just like the first of our 3 title fights. Not a lot of defense. We saw a lot of defense of Sweet Caroline Dubois and the jab, but we're seeing again this fistic firefight, which I know the fans appreciate.
The fans love a bloody war, but it's not that great for the skin around their eyes.
Definitely not. 30 seconds left here in round number 3. The undisputed bantamweight championship. Up for grabs, Shanika Johnson, 18-2 with 8 KOs, defending her titles against the 12-0-1 Amanda Gale from Canada.
Gale a little too wide on these shots, guys. She's got to tighten it up a little bit because the champ is starting to time her and getting to the point A to point B a lot quicker, and that's why she's been more efficient.
Having her best round as the numbers dictate as well. Shanika Johnson outlanding Gale in round number 3.
How'd it go? Big wrestling, big wrestling.
And Russ Amber, the cut man, earning his money tonight.
You good, Nix? All right, now you're getting there. No worries. You're stuffing a little bit now. Give yourself that room to work there. All right. These arms are free. I want you throwing the 35s, the 33s, the shovels. They're free. And if they're not, you make them free. You make it hard in there for her. But stay safe. Be accountable. All right?
Greg Wilson, the trainer of Shanika Johnson. She comes out of Australia, born in New Zealand to Maori heritage. Started boxing at 11, became a decorated amateur. Made her pro debut in 2016. So more experience than the challenger. And here we are with round number 4. And again, immediately they go after each other. Now the champion, though, becoming a lot more fluid, a lot more comfortable, and catching the challenger.
Well, yeah, and I think she's got to listen to what her coach just told her, which is give yourself a little bit more room to work. You're smothering your shots.
And now with the distance, it's actually Gale that landed some sharp jabs. As now Johnson's just chasing her instead of cutting off the ring. They're just continuing to swing wildly at each other, and it results in these clinches.
Gale needs to do something different, and she's trying to move, she's trying to be a bit evasive. Though Johnson's a machine, she just keeps on grinding forward, maybe a little too hard at times. She could sort of step back slightly and pick her punches a little more.
Australia's first ever undisputed champion in the 4-belt era, proudly representing her country, her continent, looking to bring some thunder from down under. Under a minute left here in the 4th, and we are 30 minutes away from Judgment Day. Live on Netflix, 4 professional prize fights culminating with the unlikeliest main event you will ever see. Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul going at it. 8 3-minute rounds is what it's scheduled for at heavyweight. And will Jake Paul shock the world, record what he says the biggest upset in sports history? Or will Anthony Joshua do what everyone expects him to do? And that's give Jake Paul the realest of reality checks.
We're going to find out in short time. I'm looking forward to the main event. It's been the buzz of the boxing world this past week. I can't scroll past a post or two and not see somebody talking about it.
Well, exactly.
Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. A strong opinion.
Especially boxing purists.
No doubt about it.
And here we are, 4 rounds. Undisputed bantamweight championship up for grabs. Well, we talked about it now, under 30 minutes. Will Jake Paul be able to take Anthony Joshua into deep water? Or will we see the KO for the ages? A lot of people will be tuning in to see Jake Paul get knocked out. But Jake Paul, a master self-promoter, a master in self-belief, and a man who he's been able to manifest a multi-million-dollar lifestyle, and love him or loathe him, he's putting it on in the main event.
You understand me?
And our countdown clock to the first of 4 fights on Netflix. Again, coming up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Your left hook's landing. Come on. And it's short. Your life.
Huge cut on Gale's eye there.
Yeah, really bad place. And Gale's cut man is Jesse Thompson. As we begin round 5, let's bring in rules expert and unofficial scorer Sean Wheelock.
39-37, 3 rounds to 1 for the champion, Shanika Johnson. Amanda Gale, I thought, had a very good round number 3, but you saw in round number 4, Johnson doing what I thought she did effectively in rounds 1 and 2, and that is landing clean punches from the mid-range and the pocket.
That's when she's at her best, and she needs to continue to do more of that and not allow Gaye to close the distance and land what's been her most effective work, which was in those body shots that you were talking about earlier.
Johnson popped the challenger with the jab, lands a right uppercut on the inside, turning the challenger now with the left hands. But there's Gale going to the body, desperate to try to slow down the champion's advances.
Spirited effort from Gale here. She's really putting her punches together in the best way she can.
And landing a nice left hand on the inside. I mean, she's got to make it rough and tough. That's what Gale's got to do, and that's what made made these rounds so close.
Yeah, and they're both dealing with cuts in precarious places, and dealing with those cuts well as they continue to put on A show delivering punches in bunches, and again, not so much defense on display, but there, Gale just winding up and then getting hit with these short shots from the champion. But then it's the champion who again leans into the challenger, and Gale initiating the clinch here. But you don't want to see a wrestling match in a boxing ring.
In terms of strength, Johnson seems significantly stronger inside the clinches, even in these back and forth exchanges. She seems in more control, landing the cleaner shots.
2 inches taller.
I think
has a longer reach.
And she's getting frustrated with the holding power on the inside is Shernika Johnson.
First half of this championship affair is in the books. Kaseya Center in Miami. Into a TurboTax will be bringing us the tail of the tape for, I believe, the main event later tonight. And well, it's a Pollock painting on the canvas.
Don't fall in. You don't need to rest. Okay? You're getting there, but then you're falling in. You're taking all the opportunity away.
Falling in. See, that's exactly right. Go ahead.
Right is what exactly she landed right there, did Shernika Johnson, but stays in the pocket a little too long and catches the counter from the left hand of Amanda Gaye, who is an orthodox fighter, but again, kind of squares up at times in the inside, landing that left hand.
And what stood out to me was the champion's trainer saying you're falling in.
He's 100% right. She lands a quality shot and keeps her head in the same spot and gets countered where she could roll underneath or step to the side. But she seems to be so determined to land punches. She's staying in the pocket for too long.
Sparkle Lee asking Cutman Russ Amber to just wipe away the blood. And here we go with round number 6, the second half of this undisputed bantamweight championship fight. The champion, Shernika Johnson. The challenger, Amanda Gaye. Johnson, I'm starting to appreciate more and more the movement, the angles, turning the challenger, Christina, giving her that necessary space, but she continues to fall into the challenger as well.
She does, and she has all of those skills, which is why I'd like to see her continue to pop out that jab the way she started this round. She was doubling, tripling up on the jab. She needs to follow it with the right hand, but Gaye is making it difficult for her.
I mean, the challenger's not being deterred here at all.
No, she's not. She's got a big heart, and she's really giving it everything she's got here. Beautiful left hook to the body from Johnson there.
And that's what happens when you give yourself just a little bit of space to work.
Exactly.
She can land clean, scoring shots just like that.
Eye-catching shots that really pay attention to the judges.
Final minute of the 6th, right up. There's a lead left hook to the body by the champion Johnson. Nice counter by the challenger Gaye with the jab upstairs.
Gaye won't want too many of those left hooks to the body landing.
Another counter right by the challenger upstairs.
Gaye, though, definitely looking like she belongs. This is the first time she's fought for a major world title, and she's upped her game on the biggest level, dealing with some adversity early, but she's right there in these fights.
She's doing herself proud in there.
Combat sports at age 6, earning her black belt in karate after being inspired by the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Weren't we all? Maybe the Blue Ranger?
And the Red Ranger. Blue and red corner.
Water. Amanda, thank you. Listen to me. You gotta box it more than you gotta brawl with her. You understand? You're giving her a chance to get ahead. Okay? Box and move.
And right on cue, her trainer's telling her box and move, and that's exactly what she did there. She landed 2 shots and then got out of the way. That's how she should fight. But when she stands right here, forehead to forehead with Johnson, Johnson's landing the cleaner shots. She's winning the inside game there, too.
Speaking of thunder from down under, we're hearing AC/DC in the arena. highway to hell, and both champion and challenger have to go through hell in this fight, both having suffered cuts, and it's been a toe-to-toe battle. There's not been a lot of room between each fighter.
Johnson just seems that more comfortable in this type of battle. Even when she sits in the corner and talks to her cornerman, she seems just like this is another day at the office for her. Whereas Galley seems like she's struggling in there.
I like the work that Galley just did right there with the left hand, though. She took it down a couple times to the body, then brought it back up top. But, man, the cut, every time Johnson touches Galley's forehead, that cut opens right back up.
I agree with Johnson's corner. She continues to clinch and lean in for no reason whatsoever. She's not allowing herself to really be as successful as she could be with just that mid-range distance, her jab, the power shots. Like, she lands punches but then falls in. And right there is another example. And the challenger not making it easy for her by any means. She's throwing, she's keeping up in terms of punch output, but again, Johnson may be crisper, but I'm not so sure. See? Wow, best three-punch combination by Galley. Double left hooks to the body, one upstairs.
But Johnson comes straight back of her own left hook to the body as well.
I see we're gonna have our first disagreement maybe here, Tiffany. No, I joke. Under 30 seconds left in the 7th. I'm just telling the story. I'm not keeping scores. That's what we hired Sean Wheelock to do. 20 seconds left in 7th, but I am very impressed, and maybe it is the Canadian in me, maybe a little biased, but hey, the challenger hanging tough.
Yeah, this is a really good round for her. She's delivered a lot with that lead left hand, both downstairs and back up top. It's been a very serious weapon. Shanika Johnson's going to have to make some adjustments in the next round.
Out again. Big breaths, big breaths, big breaths. Better. I need you to stay in your shape. Stop sliding there. It's there all day. You can dig everything here if you stay there. All right? I need you to do it for me. Every time you get there, it's effective. But you're sliding in every time. You're letting it hold you. You let it hold you. You let it hold you. Just keep your shape there. Bam, boom. Hit the body. Dig the shovels.
Every first minute, really strong.
Yeah.
Relax in the first minute. Banger, fucking banger.
Maybe the most clear round of the fight for Gaye, as she did a lot of really good work with the left hand, both downstairs to the body and clean shot up there, up top. Maro said it earlier, clean, effective punches. That's exactly what she did. A lot of that work with Galley's left hand. Really, really solid round for her there.
And the numbers back it up. According to CompuBox, the challenger, Galley, 16 of 56 in round 7, compared to 13 of 47 for the champion Johnson. As we bring in our unofficial scorer and rules expert, Sean Wheelock, how do you have it after 7?
I definitely gave Amanda Galley round number 7. That's the second round I've given her. So 68-65 in favor of Shanika Johnson, 5 rounds to 2. As we saw Amanda Galley in round number 7, and I also gave her round number 3, it was that heavy volume on the inside, especially to the body of Shanika Johnson.
Can any argument be made that to make it an even closer fight? I know how you have it scored, but I'm not trying to be biased, but I think Galley's scored some pretty good punches in some rounds. I might have it maybe even 4-3.
Maro, I think that you're absolutely spot on in this situation. We are looking at close 10-9 rounds.
Thank you, Sean. As we have a minute left here in the 8th round, and again, it's up to the 3 judges at ringside to determine the scores, but even here, the trainer's been steadfast in telling Johnson, do not fall in, do not allow her to hold you.
And she's doing that. She's allowing herself to land quality punches. She's landing quality punches, but she's staying there to receive the counter punches.
But Galley's having another strong round, Christina. I know I'm wearing glasses, but am I blind?
No, you're definitely not blind. I think she is having another solid round, but even in that last combination where Shanika Johnson gave herself a little bit more room, she landed some really solid punches right there. So, I mean, with 2-minute rounds, you can win the first minute, Johnson comes back and wins the second. That's a hard round to score.
Maybe I'm just being a sensitive Canadian. 15 seconds left here in the 8th, and boy, they continue to tie up. They're both bloodied. And according to the stats, Gale has the advantage in terms of total punches landed in this round. But again, clean punching, number one on their criteria.
I like this one.
Uppercuts there, okay? Uppercuts follow up. Then angle out.
Yeah, water.
Get that range, okay? On the end of her punch. Let's go.
You can see Gale dipping right under and using that uppercut. I thought that would be a weapon that she would use a little bit more in this fight, taking advantage of the aggressive style of Shernika Johnson. Not too much of that uppercut yet, but it was real pretty right there. She landed
that was a real standout uppercut.
Round number 8, according to CompuBox. The champion Johnson landed more jabs. The challenger Gale landed more power punches. And more punches total, second consecutive round as she's coming on here. Championship rounds, round 9. Gale utilizing footwork, literal movement, sitting down on that left hook. The left hand has been money. Johnson now coming forward, though, jabbing and then lands a right hand. And now we're seeing some technique and some more interesting movement from both fighters.
Gale needs to do something different, and this is actually working for a little more. She's moving her feet, she's picking her punches, and not just standing in the pocket, trading punches.
Yeah, and Gale with a 30-25 edge in punches landed in rounds 7 and 8.
And this is where that mindset shift has to happen for Shernika Johnson. You are an undisputed world champion. This is the first time she's defending those titles. So she's no longer the hunter, she's the hunted. So she needs to show the hungry Gale, that I'm the undisputed champ. These are the championship rounds, and this is where she got to put her foot down if she wants to walk out of here with those straps.
There's a good left hook by the champion, another left hook by the champion, but Gale scores with the right. Under a minute left in the 9th. Bounce back round for the champion Johnson. There's the jab. Landed the left hand there at the end of the 3-punch combination.
Gale's looking a little winded here. She looks like she's that little spark she had in the last couple of rounds.